Thanks for checking out this video. It's another board game review. This time I'm bringing Smallworld to you. So Smallworld is a territory control. I consider it very risk-like. So overall, it is an older game by Days of Wonder. Again, this was probably one of my early ones in the collection within the first year. I think this was from Christmas for my wife that first year. And what's in the box is you got your rule book, which is great. You get some reference card sheets with all the races and the powers, which is very handy for everyone to get instead of having to pass around the rule book. The favorite component of mine are the boards. The reason why I love the boards is in the corner is 2. This one's 3, and there's 4, and there's 5. So depending on the player count dictates the board. More players, more spaces, and the terrain is also laid out differently. You will notice this is the 3-player game. This has 10 turns at the bottom, and so does the second player board. But when you get to the 5, and this one's 4, right? Yeah, 4. 4 has 9 turns, and 5 has 8 turns. So there's some variability in the length of the game based on how many players are playing. And I will not pull all this out, but let me pull the camera to here. So this has all the races. You get X number of tokens based on what race you are. Here's some powers. Here's the races. We have our expansion in here. We have one expansion for it. Your coins, which are your victory points, special tokens, special abilities. The dice is very special in this game because this is the reinforcement dice. Has blanks, has 3, 2, or 1 on it. And here's your mountains. The components have held up over time, even though they're just cardboard. The power ones are a little bit thicker. The coin tokens are thinner, but the character race ones are on the thicker side. So it all works very well, and it's very well designed. No need for any other insert to go with it, which is perfect. If I have to get inserts, I will, to make it a little bit more easier to set up, but this is perfectly designed. The components are amazing. It's Days of Wonder. I haven't come across any one of their games that's subpar component-wise, which is amazing. Otherwise, let's see. Gameplay is very fast. Again, my wife is not conflict into it, so we've been able to get this played with some relatives, because it's a very light game, and the kids will play it every so often with me if I can like twist their arms. It's not necessarily one of their favorites. I do enjoy it. I enjoyed playing Risk when I was younger. Risk is very long to me. This is compact because we know how many turns it is, and you do have some choices as far as races go, because you know how many it takes to take something. It's the board plus every piece of cardboard. So if there's a mountain and a board, you need 3 to take it over. The enemy loses pieces, and you're moving around the board trying to touch. Use your special power. After you're done allocating, you count up your territories. You get 1 coin per area unless you got a special boost, which are varied. You can't, at the end of the turn, you count up your areas, collect the victory points, and then at some point you realize you're running out of tokens for your race, so you want to go on decline. You can only have 1 of those at a time, and they help count for some spaces. So you're definitely trying to, when you come in, when you decline, so you can maximize your territory grabbing. So a lot of good choices in there. I would definitely not say this is a gateway. It's a little bit higher. It's not a filler game. It's probably about an hour. The higher player counts may push it just over an hour, like 75 minutes. Overall, though, I do enjoy still pulling this out. I think it's very much worth still having around. Even when I watch some of the newer games coming out, I can't think of too many games that would replace this. Probably Blood Rage would be one, but then that also adds other elements to it, like the drafting component and some of the other variability, where this is, you got what you got, which is one of the reasons why I like this game a lot. I would give this about an 8. Replayability is really good, and the teach is really simple on this. So if you haven't checked out Small World, definitely look into it. There's multiple versions. They just released World of Warcraft version. There's an underground. There's a airship one, I think it's called, or is the river one? I forget the other. So there's some variabilities on the maps, but I have the classic Small World, and I don't foresee it ever really leaving the collection at any point. May not always get to play like I would like to get it played, but definitely it's one of my games I want to play on a regular rotation. So thanks for checking out the video, and hope it was helpful. Keep rolling dice.